Pink is poised. Pink is prestigious. Pink is powerful. Pink is you. This is the Pink Pill podcast, where we have honest, unfiltered conversations about health and well-being for African women, helping you to build a thriving, authentic, and beautiful life. Hello, Amazon. Welcome to a fresh, special, and unique episode of the Pink Pill podcast. If you've been watching from the days of the Switched Up Ladies podcast and also listening, you would notice the difference. Yes, we've rebranded again, but trust me, this time it's permanent. We're deepening our focus and narrowing down to the core of what matters, our health and well-being. We are nothing without our health. Our health is in the center of everything that we do, whether it's personal development, which we've been talking about all this while, our career, our business, whatever it is. All of these things center around our health. So we're now focused on creating a space for holistic care and clarity, where your health, your well-being, your business, your career, everything is looked at from a holistic perspective. Nothing is left behind. So welcome to the Pink Pill podcast. If you're new here, I'm Ego Esther. I'm a registered nurse and an advocate for the health and well-being of young women and youth. I support non-profit and social impact courses through program management and communications. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to this podcast, both on YouTube, on Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, stick around and invite your friends. Let's get into today's episode. Valentine's Day and the season of love has come around again, and almost everyone is on cloud 9 right now. Everywhere you look, wherever you scroll to, everybody's talking about gifts, love songs, who did it the best, who went loud, how big was the surprise. Everybody is talking about love and love and love. But in the midst of all of this, I believe there's something that we need to take a closer look at. And that is the relationship we have with ourselves. Because before you love anybody else, before you fell in love, before you started building anything, whether it's a relationship, business, career, before all of that started, there's somebody behind all of that. There's someone at the center of it all, and that person is you. You're first a person before you're a wife, a girlfriend, a fiancé, a vice president, an executive, an amazing lawyer, whatever it is. Before all of that, there is you, and you deserve the best care, respect, and compassion you can ever get. So today we are looking at the relationship you have with yourself, because this is the relationship that will carry you all through your life. People come and go, things happen, things change, but you're always going to be there. So the relationship you have with yourself matters a whole lot. This includes your physical health, your mental and emotional well-being, and generally the way you care for yourself. So that is what we're going to be exploring on this episode. The message I bring to you today is very simple. Girl, you need to date yourself. Yes. You need to date yourself. What is your relationship with yourself like? Many of us have been taught to understand our partners, starting from our families, our friends, to the point where we get partners, we're into relationships, or even get married. We've all learned how to anticipate the needs of others, know their likes, their dislikes, know when they're stressed, know when to step in, and even go a step further to get things ready to support them even before the need arises. But we've never been really taught how to support ourselves like that. So the relationship you have with yourself is the foundation for every other relationship you're going to have in life. So how exactly are you nurturing the relationship you have with yourself? This includes your physical health, your mental health, and your emotional well-being. It is time for you to take your relationship with yourself very seriously, and of course into a deeper level. You're always there for everybody. You're a mother, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're a girlfriend, you're a wife. You give so much of yourself to others, but can you really tell when you need help? Can you tell when your body is sending signals that it needs rest? Can you tell when your mental state is crying for some release, some rest, and just a space to
get back to refreshing and refilling yourself before running after other people's needs? Can you really communicate with yourself and know when your body is crying out for help? As African women, we've been taught to endure. We've been taught to carry so many things in silence. You don't speak up, you sacrifice your well being for others, whether it's your family, your friends. We've learned over time to always put ourselves last. But that has to change because you can't continue carrying on like that. Your body, your mind, your soul is definitely going to reach out to you, is going to pass signals and let you know that, hey, I'm here and I need your attention. The same way you're watering your relationships out there, you need to water your relationship with me. And when your body sends this signal, can you really tell and listen and give yourself the same love, care, and attention that you give to others? So when we talk about dating yourself, making your relationship with yourself healthier and better, what exactly do we mean? You can do this in 3 ways. The first one is to listen to your body. Your body is always communicating. Your body is not sending signals in vain. The pain that you feel, the fatigue, constant fatigue, you sleep at night, you wake up still feeling tired, the constant headaches, the different symptoms that you feel over time, those are not just for nothing. That's your body trying to communicate that something is going on. So dating yourself or making your relationship with yourself better means that you listen to your body. If your body is communicating that you need rest, you listen, you pause. If you pause for a weekend, for a day or two, the world will not collapse. People are going to sort themselves out. Your family, your work, they'll be fine. So giving yourself time to rest is not a crime. You're allowed to do that. So listening to your body is one of the core ways you date yourself, is one of the ways that you make your relationship with yourself easier, healthier, and so much better. It is not okay to normalize pain, constant exhaustion, and pushing away your physical needs just to tend to others. This may sound all new to you because you're used to taking care of every other person around you and just managing and pushing through no matter how you feel. But you need to embrace this truth because this is where your journey to thriving and blossoming as a healthy, stable woman begins. Dating yourself means understanding that you are not confusing. Your body is not confusing. Your system is not scattered. It's not rocket science that you cannot understand it. Over the years, this stereotype, this general belief has been passed around and it's really getting tiring. That women are so complicated, our bodies, what we go through from periods to mood swings. So many tales have been spinned out of these things and it's beginning to affect the way that we see ourselves. These stereotypes have a way of planting ideas in your head that you begin to believe them as true. You begin to think that your body is too confusing, that you can't understand it, that it's too complicated, but that's not the truth. Everything that goes on in our bodies as women, everything that goes on in our health, from our periods to pregnancy to hormones and all of those things, it's just a well organized system that has rhythms, it has signals, and it has ways of communicating with us. And it's not something that cannot be learned and understood. You can get clarity on these things, and that is why the Pink Pill podcast is here for you, to help you gain clarity on how your body works, how you can harmonize everything that you do so that it flows in a steady rhythm with how your body has been built to function. So your body is not confusing, your system is not complicated, you can understand it. Everything that you see happening to you is connected to something else in your body system. So whatever you see that is going on, it's pointing to something that you should pay attention to. So as you deepen your relationship with yourself, you begin to take note of things that you notice over time. Changes probably in your period from month to month, changes in your weight, your skin, all of these things, they are all connected together. When you begin to pay attention to these things, you begin to understand that, oh, all of this has been pointing to something that really needed attention. You will get to understand your unique patterns. You begin to understand when something is off, when something is right, when everything is flowing the way it should be. You'll become in sync with your body, and trust me, it's going to be an amazing experience. When you embrace this truth that your body, your mind is not confusing, it's not too complicated to understand, you'll be able to walk through whatever it is that you've been struggling with, whether it's anxiety or whatever it is you've been struggling with. You'll be able to understand yourself better and come up with management techniques that are unique and very effective for you. And lastly, dating yourself means protecting and showing up for yourself the way you would do for your partner. I know you love your partner or your friends and family, and you show up for them in so many thoughtful ways. That is the same thing you do for yourself when you begin to deepen and strengthen the relationship that you have for yourself. You know, the way you stand up for your friends, your partners, when someone is trying to walk all over them, and you advocate for them, you even help them set boundaries, you tell them to rest when they need it, you anticipate their needs. Those are the things you need to be doing for yourself too. Those are the things you start to do for yourself when you begin to date yourself the way you would your partner. Ask yourself, do I treat my partner better than I treat myself? I understand the place for sacrifice, compromise, and all of those things. Yes, that's the baseline. But if you are treating your partner 1,000 times better than you treat yourself, maybe you should really look at that dynamics again. The same way you will not let your partner get away with overworking themselves, staying burnt out, and doing nothing about it, that is the same way you should not let yourself keep pushing without getting enough rest, without giving yourself what you need to thrive. So, the same way you function as a mom, as a sister to every other person, that is the same way you need to show up for yourself. Give yourself what you need to thrive. Give your body the rest you need to thrive. Give your mind the peaceful and loving mental state you need to blossom and be the amazing woman you are created to. So dating yourself simply means listening to your body, understanding yourself and your needs, and showing up for yourself the way you would do for others. It's beyond flowers, it's beyond solo dates, it is deeper and it's intentional. So as you step into this new week, I want you to pay more attention to yourself. Get curious. What's your body telling you? What do you need per time? Whatever it is that you need to thrive and live that soft, peaceful life that you need, pay attention to yourself and give that to yourself. Trust me, your body and your mind will thank you for that. Because the longest relationship you ever have is the relationship you have with yourself. So you need to protect it, you need to nurture it, and you need to preserve it. And that is your pink pill for the week. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this moment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Leave a review. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening from, and leave a comment below. If you have a question, I'll be so excited to read it. We're going to be answering questions from every episode, so please feel free to leave your questions below. Or if you'd like to send in a DM, connect with us on Instagram at the Pink Pill Podcast. New episodes drop every Sunday. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any episode. Have an amazing week ahead. Cheers to your grand rising.